So Dangote was interviewed by Bloomberg, and he dropped some basic facts, some eye-opening information when I would like me we go through. The video is quite long, but I'm going to start talking about them in bits. For example, first and foremost, Dangote say if you know what he know now, the wahala when he passed through to fit open that refinery, he said for not even start him at all. And then he also said something that I've been saying since. That refinery, the plan was not for Lagos. The original plan. They did not plan to build it in Lagos. But something happened. These are the things I want to show us. Let's go through this video. Adekon, watch this.
I mean, from the outside, it looks quite difficult. Any regrets?
I think no regret. I would have said that yes, maybe a bit of regret if we hadn't succeeded in delivering. But, you know, to tell you the truth, it was a it was a monster.
Okay.
Monster in the sense that, like what I keep telling people, if I knew how difficult it was sort of putting this kind of, you know, edifice,
Project.
this kind of refinery, I wouldn't have started at all.
Another year?
So, but by the time we realized that it was a very difficult thing, we had already started. So we had no choice than to deliver.
But what's the hardest bit? So you have a relationship with the government, they're getting rid of subsidies, you have to find the crude, you refine it, you sell it back.
I think that is not really only the hardest part. The hardest part, Francine, is delivering the project on its own.
Okay.
We never ever expected the kind of challenges that we face. You know, we launched the project in 2013.
Okay.
And then we had a lot of problems with the state governments. You know, it's not the federal government, you know, because we have 3 tiers of government. So while we bought a land, you know, it was in a state not far away from Lagos, and the guy dribbled us for almost about
That's the
3.5 years. And we had to now move the refinery to Lagos. We got to Lagos, we had community issues. So it took us really 5 years to start.
Another year?
Just battling here and there. After we had already taken loans of about 2.4 billion to start.
Try.
And interest was counting. But then still, you know, we went ahead. Then again, the challenges of building that kind of, you know, project, we realized that, you know, we had to build our own port. We built the port. After building the port, we realized that nobody could supply us with cranes, equipment. So we have to take something that people don't know or they don't realize.
Okay.
What we did now, we now made ourselves as the EPC contractor, which is
engineering,
procurement, and construction. So we did it on our own. And because we have never ever handled this kind of project, this kind of project are handled by Saipem, by Bechtel, you know, the big guys.
Okay.
But we took that challenge, and that is why people believe that no, it will never work.
So the government wants to get rid of subsidies. Will your refinery help with that?
Well, the government, you know, subsidy is a very sensitive issue. If, you know, I believe the problem is not only the subsidy, it is problem that, you know, once you are subsidizing something, then people will be blotting the numbers, and government will end up paying what they are not supposed to be paying.
Okay.
But this our refinery will bring quite a lot of issues out there. You know, it will show the real consumption of Nigeria.
Exact number.
Because, you know, nobody can tell you. Some people say it's 60 million liters of gasoline per day. Some say no, it's less. But right now, if you look at it, by us producing, okay, everything can be counted.
Accounted for.
Everything can be accounted for. And most of the trucks or ships that will come and load from us, we are going to actually, you know, put a tracker on them to be sure they are going to take the oil within Nigeria.
Smart move.
And that, I think, can help the government to save quite a lot of money.
So do you think it's the right time to get rid of the subsidies?
I think it is, you know, because all countries have actually gotten rid of subsidies. Let me give you an example. Saudi Arabia used to give what Saudis, the citizens, believe that, look, oil is our own God-given gift. So the government shouldn't charge us for it. So government were selling it at a very low price. But today, as we speak, gasoline is about 40% cheaper in Nigeria than in
That it is in Saudi Arabia.
which I think it doesn't make sense. That is one. Number two, our price of gasoline is about 60% of the price of our neighboring countries, and we have very porous borders. So
60% cheaper.
You know, I mean, the amount of subsidies that were paid, government cannot afford those subsidies.
Do you need the government to take away the subsidies for your refinery to be viable?
Not for its refinery.
Well, you see, we have a choice of either when we produce, we export, and when we produce, we sell
inside.
We're a private company, and yes, it's true. We have to make a profit. We build something worth $20 billion, so definitely we have to make money.
Of course.
The removal of subsidy is totally dependent on the government, not on us. We cannot change, price. But I think, the government will have to, give up something for something, So I think at the end of the day, the subsidy will have to go. But what we have done now, with the government, which I think I must really thank the President of Nigeria, President Bola Tinubu, very creative idea that, okay, fine, you know what, we will sell you the crude in Naira, you also sell in Naira. So now we're working out for the exchange rate. It's going to be priced, normal pricing, if crude is at $80, Brent, we will pay that price. We'll use an agreed exchange rate, and then we will also sell in the domestic market. What that will do is that it's going to remove 40% pressure on the Naira.
Okay.
So, because you see, the petroleum products consume about 40% of our foreign exchange.
Foreign exchange.
So, and then, it's like you have 40% of demand being taken out. So that can actually stabilize the Naira.
The Naira.
That's one. Number two, the government will now know, even if they are going to subsidize, they will know what is the real consumption. Because right now, nobody can tell you what you are consuming. It's all guesswork. So that can help in terms of stabilizing the market. That can also help in terms of removing queues, because we have a lot of queues, and these queues are not there today. They've been on and off since 1972, for the last 52 years.
Okay, let's break it down in case you don't understand what Aliko Dangote is saying. Number one, you see, when they say Nigeria is not a producing country, say we import almost everything, all they use. People would blame private investors. Hey, you go and plant. You go and do this. We agree. There are a lot of things we're supposed to do on our own, But you see, the government is the biggest enemy of a Nigerian who is trying to do something. Federal government and state government is the first problem you will meet. When you don't meet that to finish, you can't meet community. That's the next problem. Let me give you a good example. Once you decide to buy a land today and build a house, state government will first stress you before you go get an approval for your building plan. When you can start to build community, now development you can't become more, but community boards will stress you. That's exactly what Dangote went through. You see, there are many things that can make Nigeria money, many things, but our states are not doing them. Do you know why? Because when you start to do these things, it will take years before the money will start to come, and our state governors are not interested. They are looking for the one who will pay money now. Make their shop, make their thief. That's why everybody put their neck for oil, because if you find oil for here today, tomorrow they don't drill, and next tomorrow you don't collect money. But when we talk about bitumen, limestone, tar, this and that, your governor is not interested, because if you start that project now, before the project will make money now, after administration don't come out, Uduak has started debt trap beyond oil. Here's the project today. So when Dangote brought the refinery to that particular state, I don't want to call the name of the state. When he brought the refinery to that particular state, he don't buy land. But the governor, they look and say, oh, but when they will finish this refinery? Before they finish this refinery, I go don't come out. I beg. Don't be the one they do me with that. That's why he dribbled the man for 3.5 years. Until Lagos State now said, come and put the refinery here. When Lagos State said, come and put the refinery here, someone was not the governor. Ambode was not the governor. It was Fashola's first tenure. But with the help of Tinubu, they said, bring it here. Even if Fashola will not be the governor by the time the thing they materialize, Lagos will benefit from it. So all of you in other states where they say, Lagos is like this because Lagos was first capital territory. Lagos is like this because the wharf is there. Lagos is like this because the refinery is there. Your governor rejected the refinery. Rejected the world's biggest single train refinery. Why? Because you know who did there when it's in they bring money. Today, who is going to benefit from the taxes? All the lands in the Bejuleki are skyrocketing in price. Who is going to benefit from them? Lagosians. And that's why everybody's running to Lagos. Now let's put that in one corner. Let's now go to subsidy. Let's say fuel is supposed to be 1,002. Federal government say pay 800. I go pay the balance for you. Not forgetting in Ghana is 1.2. In Cotonou is 1.3. Now they don't tell the marketer say pay 800. Federal government will pay the 400 balance for you. Marketer don't load the thing for 800. Instead of to sell out to Nigerians for 900, he go carry and go Cotonou when if he sell at 111. So Nigerian government go they pay subsidy for those countries. That's why Nigerian government say let us stop the subsidy. But this is it. Instead of you to stop the subsidy, why not stop those marketers from taking it abroad? You say our border are so porous. Is that my fault? Is it the fault of the average Nigerian that our borders are porous? It's because the governments have not done their job. The governments are supposed to secure the border. Look at the simple solution that Dangote was. We put a tracker in the tanker taking the fuel out so that we go know where the tanker taken to. Now that tracker will tell you the volume of fuel inside. In case there's cooper and won't put on for another truck, they go still know. These are the things federal government was supposed to do. Instead of removing subsidy. So when President Tinubu comes and tell you, I took the hard decision to remove subsidy, that was the easy decision. The hard decision is to leave the subsidy and fight the people from taking it out. But I didn't do that. Now we, the common man, I take the hit for her. As for the exchange rate, if Nigeria make $1 million today, then they use $400,000, they go buy petroleum products come inside Nigeria. Every $1 million we make, we use $400,000 from it to go and buy petroleum products and import them into Nigeria. And that is why the dollar no called the vicious. We made the dollar called the scarce, it called the high. But now when they do fuel for Nigeria, that $400,000 so they go import, till they go import petroleum products come, we not gonna need them anymore because we did do for Nigeria. We go use Naira buy them. So the dollar go come plenty pass the way it be before, which means dollar is likely to drop. If it not drop, it goes stable. So even if fuel not cheap, it will affect the dollar rate. It not go to high like thief again. That's one. The people employed in the refinery are Nigerians. So God help us. I am so much in support of this Dangote refinery. Anybody who thinks he wants to make a monopoly of the business, build your refinery, they will give you license. Do you know since when federal government have given people license to build a refinery? They're not going to build. Now this problem that they run from. The man don't face the problem finish. He don't build the refinery. When I say one monopolize the market. If easy, why you not monopolizer? Come and set up your own and monopolize the same market. God bless you, Dangote.